Hi and welcome back. I wanted to make this quick video because any one of these mistakes could seriously cost you your entire stimulus check. And I want to make this video just kind of as a PSA because there are so many scams out there right now. Really, anytime there's the exchange of money from one person or organization to another, there's the potential for scammers to try and get in there and take this money, especially when we're dealing with people who are in need, who need this money right now, who are just chomping at the bit, to get these stimulus checks in and to be able to pay their bills and to survive for an extra month or just to, get by. And there's just scammers preying on these people. So I wanted to make this video to make sure all of my viewers receive their checks if they're eligible and are not one of the victims of one of these potential scams. So I'm going to go over all the possible examples of scams that people are using in order to steal others' stimulus check money or steal personal information that may in the long run really hurt someone. And then at the end, I'm going to go over just some general tips to really solidify and make sure that you're not a victim of one of these scams and you get the money that's owed to you. So make sure you watch all these tips so you know exactly what to look out for. And before I get into it, please like this video. I know I say this all the time, but it really helps the YouTube algorithm out, helps me out, and I would really appreciate it. So let's get right in. The first scam is a text message or email scam. Basically how this works is, excuse my notes, I have a lot to go off of here. Basically what happens with this text and email scam is it looks like it's coming from the IRS. The message will say something along the lines of, your economic relief check is ready, and all you have to do is click a link to confirm. If you receive text or emails claiming that you can get your money faster by sending personal information or clicking links, delete those links and report them to the IRS. Don't click any of these links. The IRS will not contact you and request personal information in any instance. In most cases, the IRS will send you this money without any further contact or need from you, and they will not reach out to you and request any amount of information. Any request like that is not them and is very likely to be a scam. The next kind of scam is a postcard scam. Basically how this works is someone will send you a postcard that looks official. It'll look like it's from the IRS or the Treasury Department, and it's going to give you, again, a link to go onto to verify or access payment information. The variations of what they're trying to get here is either to steal someone's personal information, like their bank account info or social security number, or they're trying to log you into a portal where they're trying to get you to pay in order to get stimulus money. You do not have to pay in order to get this stimulus money in any case. If you ever see a link that doesn't end in just .gov, that is not an official IRS communication. Even if it's .gov and then an extra letter or a number, that is not them. It's just .gov. That's the only thing you want to look for. And do not expect a postcard requesting information or anything requesting information. I want to make sure all my viewers get their checks and no one gets scammed. So here's another one that you might not have thought of: overpayment scams or fake checks. The FTC specifically says to look out for this kind of scam. It's very common online in places like Craigslist. Basically how this works is you'll receive a check that looks official, but the amount would be larger than what you expected from the stimulus check. And how this works on online sites like Craigslist, someone will send you a fraudulent check. Usually it's stolen account and routing numbers. And let's say you have something for sale for $1,000. They'll send you a check for $2,000 and then say, oops, I didn't mean to send you that much. Just send back the difference of $1,000. You keep that $1,000. What that does is you're the person who now accepted a fraudulent check, which will later get pulled from your account, and you gave extra money to someone else scot-free. They're going to be able to get off with it. So people are taking this idea and using it towards IRS checks and sending a check for, let's say, $1,500 and saying, just send back the remaining $300 or buy a gift card for $300, send it to us, and you keep the remaining $1,200. Do not keep this. I caught one of these scams a few years back. I got sent a check. It seemed suspicious. I called the number on the check, and yes, it was indeed a stolen check, and there was an FBI investigation on it. And I'm so glad I didn't deposit it, because then I would have been roped in with all that nonsense. So if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. Another thing to look out for with checks in the mail is they simply haven't been sent yet. Don't expect a check in the mail until at least after April for sure, but it's likely going to be several months before checks in the mail actually get sent. Later on this month, there's going to be an online portal in order to enter in your actual bank account information through the IRS to get an electronic payment if you aren't already eligible for that, but I talk about that in other videos. And again, if you receive a check and it's an odd amount, like some, $1,200.83 or something like that, that's another indication that it's potentially a scam. Again, the IRS will not contact you to get your personal information or bank account information. They will not reach out to you. The next one is charging money in order to get the stimulus check. I briefly talked about this, but you will not ever have to pay money to get the government relief. The whole purpose of this relief money is to get money to people. So there would be no point in charging money in order to get money. So a lot of these just have to do with basic logic, but I feel the need to put this out there and make sure that everyone is sure, because there are some nuances. Scammers can be tricky, and they're making money, so it's working. So I think it's important to put out this kind of information. And you also will not have to pay taxes on your stimulus check amount, if you're wondering. The next one is people who are targeting small businesses. This goes more towards the Paycheck Protection and EIDL grant programs. The SBA put out a warning, specifically warning for fake businesses offering relief loans. Many of them look like they're coming from the Small Business Administration or from an attorney who is representing the SBA. They can come in text, email, phone call. The scam will typically look like a simple official form where they request your bank account information, your personal information, your business information. Make sure, again, all links end in .gov, and if it seems suspicious, it probably is. Check with other people, check with me, send me a message if you have to, and I'll let you know if it seems verifiable. I just want to make sure no one gets scammed in this case. That's why I'm filming this video right now on a Sunday in my room to make sure I can get this out there before anyone potentially gets scammed. Another one, which I hate that I even have to bring this up, but it seems common sense, but I know that there could potentially be people who get scammed by this. Social media messages disguised as the IRS. Seems ridiculous, but I just want to cover it real quick. There's some scammers who are requesting personal information on social media sites, claiming that you can either get your check early or you must enter your information in order to be considered. These are scams. The US government is not ever going to get in touch with you on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, anything like that. I mean, that's mostly common sense, but I felt the need to say it. Also, one that I've seen, and this could really potentially be a scam that could get a few people, is there's fake agencies that are requesting social security numbers. So this is a variation on some of the scams, but basically what this does is users will receive a message that brings them to a fake website called the U.S. Emergency Grants Federation, or some variation of that. That's the one that I saw, U.S. Emergency Grants Federation. If the government agency looks fake, or if you're suspicious, look up the contact information and contact them yourself. The likelihood of that being a scam is much, much lower if you're the one who found the information versus someone reaching out to you. That is always the case. Another kind of scam is claims that a processing fee will be required in order to get your money sooner. This is not the case. It's another scam. There's no such thing as paying a small processing fee in order to get expedited. In reality, there's no way to speed this up. The IRS is going as fast as they possibly can. They're not choosing certain people over others. They're not charging fees. This is the common theme here. I hope that you guys, by the end of this video, you will be able to realize all these scams, but this is the common theme. Just don't give your information, and if something seems too good to be true, usually they are. The next one is any communications coming from the Treasury Department. Now, the IRS is a part of the Treasury Department, and the Treasury Department stated as follows. If you receive calls, emails, or other communications claiming to be from the Treasury Department and offering COVID-19 related grants or stimulus payments in exchange for personal financial information or an advance fee or charge of any kind, including the purchase of gift cards, please do not respond. These are scams. That's directly from the Treasury Department. They know that there's just so many scams going on. So here's some general stimulus check tips and just scam tips. To finish off the video, most people who qualify for direct payment do not need to sign up, apply, or verify personal information. The IRS is using direct deposit information, and it already has it on file in order to deliver the money, and you probably won't see it in your bank account for at least 2 or 3 weeks. Some people are receiving it, but it's being rolled out over the next few weeks. And most people, I know it sucks to like not do any action. Sometimes it feels like inaction, you're not doing anything, but in this case, most people don't need to do anything. They're gonna just send you that money. If you didn't file your taxes in 2018 or 2019, that's the case. We need to go to the IRS site, fill out their non-filers form in order to be approved for this, And if you are someone who didn't file electronically for taxes, you'll have to wait a week or so in order to access the online portal, enter in your information there. If you are receiving a check from the IRS, it's going to just automatically be sent to whatever address your 2019 taxes were on. So be aware, if that address has changed or if you've moved, you will have to update that. Otherwise, the check will not be sent to you. If for whatever reason you don't receive the check at all, don't be worried. It will still be there as a credit on your 2020 taxes when you file those, if it comes to that, which for most people it won't. The IRS will not call and ask you to verify payment details. Do not give out your bank account or debit account or PayPal account information, even if someone claims it's necessary to get your check. Scammers typically act with a lot of urgency and pressure. Don't fall into the, you need to do this right now, otherwise you're not going to receive the check. That's like such a easy way to realize that someone's a scammer when they're like, you need to do this right now. If you think like an IRS agent, they don't care if you are getting your check today or next week. They're not going to have any urgency whatsoever. They're not going to call you at all, but if they were to, there wouldn't be any urgency. But with scammers, they want to get that done right now, figure out if you're going to give them money or not, and then just move on to the next sucker. So scammers always are moving with urgency. You need to do this right now. You can't talk to them and verify. You're not going to receive your payment. That is a surefire way that you're dealing with a scammer. If you receive a call, don't engage with scammers or thieves. Even if you want to tell them that you know it's a scam or that you think that you can beat them, just hang up and report the number. It's not worth having them target you or to rile them up. It's just not worth it. Just report the number, move on with your day, and then just expect your check when you're going to get your check. If you receive a check in the mail now, I already said this, it's fraud. The Treasury Department is going to take quite a while to send checks out, so it will be fraud if you receive a check right now. That's all I have for now as far as stimulus check tips. I hope you find this video valuable. I hope that this video keeps someone from getting scammed. That would be amazing if this helps someone out from not getting scammed and getting the money that they're rightfully owed. As always, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. I would appreciate it so much. Until next time, I hope you have a profitable day.